In this programme, what is a bed and breakfast and how do you find one? Will you enjoy it? The language focus is on making suggestions and expressing preferences.
What about trying a bed and breakfast?
Getting to know someone over a cup of tea and finding out about their interests. Meter Man knows all about bed and breakfasts, of course. He's got some good advice to give to the landlady.
Arrange the duvet like this.
Everyday English.
But didn't you get our letter?
I'm afraid not.
This is terrible.
Did you post the letter?
Of course I posted the letter.
Can you suggest anything?
Well, most of the hotels are full this week, like us. But why not try bed and breakfast?
Bed and breakfast? I don't think so. But what can we do? What are we going to do now? We must find a place.
Don't worry. Have some tea and we'll think of something.
Excuse me, but why don't you try a bed and breakfast?
Have you ever stayed at a bed and breakfast?
Yes, many times.
What's it like?
What about trying a bed and breakfast?
Have you ever tried one?
Oh, yes, of course, often.
Is it all right?
Yes, they're fine. If you want to meet English people, it's a good idea.
How can we find out about bed and breakfast? Where can we get information?
Why not go along to the Tourist Information Office? They would probably give you a booklet. Or you could phone from here.
I'd prefer to go there.
The best thing for you to do is to go along to the Tourist Information Office. Or why not telephone from here?
I'd rather go there. Let's go to the Tourist Information Office now, shall we?
Yes.
A helping hand. First, making a suggestion. There are several ways to do this. With why don't you?
Why don't you try a bed and breakfast?
Why don't you try a bed and breakfast? With what about?
What about trying a bed and breakfast?
What about trying a bed and breakfast? With why not?
Why not go along to the Tourist Information Office?
Why not go along to the Tourist Information Office? And next, a question. Have you ever? It's the present perfect tense with ever.
Have you ever tried one?
Have you ever tried one? And now, stating your preference.
I'd rather go there.
I'd rather go there.
I'd prefer to go there.
I'd prefer to go there.
We have bed and breakfasts in the town and in the countryside.
Which rather be in the town.
No, we'd prefer to be in the country. A farmhouse, perhaps?
This one is very popular. The house is a converted barn. I could telephone for you if you like.
Yes, please do.
Let's book one night to start with, and then, if we like it, we can stay longer.
A helping hand. Stating your preference. There seems to be some disagreement here.
Which rather be in the town.
We'd rather be in the town.
No. We'd prefer to be in the country.
We'd prefer to be in the country. Listen to this. That small word, do, is a short way to show agreement here.
I could telephone for you if you like.
Yes, please do.
Yes, please do. Specialised English. Jean and John Tressilian offer bed and breakfast at their home in the English countryside.
We offer bed and breakfast, and we always enjoy meeting new guests. We are not a hotel, we are a family home, and guests live more as part of the family. We always like to explain things to them. Usually my wife takes them round the house and shows the facilities to them.
This is your room. It's a twin room. You can hang your clothes here. And do ask if there's anything you need. There's a no smoking rule in the bedrooms. Oh, and we'd rather you didn't bring food upstairs. This is your bathroom. There's plenty of hot water, so do have a bath or a shower anytime you want. Breakfast will be at 8:30, unless you'd like it earlier. Would you like a cooked breakfast?
Yes, please.
And do you like tea or coffee?
Coffee, please.
Now, here comes a helping hand. First, the bedroom.
This is your room. It's a twin room. You can hang your clothes here.
It has 2 beds, so it's called a twin room. And the guests can hang their clothes in the wardrobe. Here's a polite way of making a request with rather and the past tense.
And we'd rather you didn't bring food upstairs.
We'd rather you didn't bring food upstairs.
This is your bathroom. There's plenty of hot water, so do have a bath or a shower anytime you want.
In the bathroom, there's plenty of hot water, and the guests can have a bath or a shower any time they want.
Breakfast will be at 8:30, unless you'd like it earlier.
Breakfast will be at 8:30, unless they want it earlier. That means if they don't want it earlier.
Would you like a cooked breakfast?
Yes, please.
These guests would like a full cooked breakfast. That means bacon, eggs, maybe sausages and tomatoes and mushrooms too.
This is your sitting room. Do make yourselves at home. You must be tired.
How about a cup of tea?
Oh, thank you.
You must be very thirsty after your journey.
Do sit down.
Thank you.
It's a lovely place. How long have you lived here?
Let's see, we've lived here for about 8 years now. Since 1987.
Do you take sugar? Yes? How much?
Just 1 spoonful, please.
How far have you come today?
We've come from Norwich. About 150 miles.
You live in Norwich?
That's right. We used to live in Nottingham and we moved to Norwich 3 years ago.
You have a very pretty garden. It looks lovely in the frost. Do you look after it yourselves?
Yes, it keeps us busy. Are you interested in gardening?
I love it. We have a garden at home in Norwich. I do most of it myself. He's more interested in painting.
Before I retired, I used to teach languages.
Oh, how many languages do you speak?
French and German and a bit of Italian. And you, are you a linguist?
Not really. I speak a little Spanish.
A helping hand. John and Jean want their guests to feel at home.
This is your sitting room.
Listen to this use of must.
You must be tired.
You must be tired.
You must be very thirsty after your journey.
You must be very thirsty. Next, some conversation. More uses of the present perfect tense.
How long have you lived here?
How long have you lived here?
Let's see, we've lived here for about 8 years now.
We've lived here for 8 years.
We've lived here since 1987.
We've lived here since 1987.
Sugar? Yes. How much?
Talking about your interests. What are you interested in? Here we use the ing form.
Are you interested in gardening?
Are you interested in gardening?
He's more interested in painting.
He's more interested in painting. If you want to stress that you do something, use a reflexive pronoun.
I do most of it myself.
I do most of it myself.
Do you look after it yourselves?
Do you look after it yourselves? Improve your fluency. Finally, improve your fluency. It's that little word do again. This time, it's used to be friendly and hospitable.
Do ask if there's anything you need.
Do ask if there's anything you need.
Do have a bath or a shower anytime you want.
Do have a bath or a shower any time you want.
Do make yourselves at home.
Do make yourselves at home.
Do sit down.
Do sit down. A personal view. Lynn Redgrave is the Tourism Development Officer for her local borough council. Today, she is visiting an unusual bed and breakfast facility, a floating barge known as the Captain Webb. What is her connection with bed and breakfast? What does she enjoy about her work? What did she used to do before? Listen to Lynn Redgrave's personal view.
I have always worked in the leisure and tourism field. I left school at 16 and went to a specialised school in Switzerland to learn foreign languages. After that, I stayed abroad and worked in tour operations, guiding in various countries, looking after English people visiting foreign countries. And from there, I came back to Britain and worked in conference organisation, sales and marketing of hotels. One important aspect of my job at the moment is putting together all of the bed and breakfast accommodation to go into the holiday guide for the area. Now that would mean that we write to all the bed and breakfasts in the area and ask them whether they would like to come into the guide. We ask that before they come into the guide, they are registered with the Regional Tourist Board.
This is the galley. On a boat, of course, we call it not a kitchen, but a galley.
This boat is a unique form of bed and breakfast, and I think I can safely say that it is the only boat that's offering bed and breakfast in the heart of Kent area. So it's interesting to look at it. Obviously, we've got to look at it slightly differently to a house on dry land. We will be looking at the cabins, not expecting them to be the same size, for example, as they would be in a house.
All the cabins are centrally heated and they're nice and cool in the summer, obviously.
We're looking at it from the point of view of the visitor who's looking for an original experience. I would like to see all of the cabins and just chat to the proprietor about, for example, where people would leave their cars if they're coming to stay on board, and just generally finding out what sort of welcome they would get. I like meeting people. Fundamentally, I think you've got to like working with people to be in this business. I also like visiting places myself, and it gives me a wonderful opportunity to combine what I like doing with my work. When I started in Switzerland, I was living in a ski resort and very quickly learnt to ski, and at the age of 17, 18, skiing became very important to me. So I tried, after I'd left college in Switzerland, to work in ski resorts, combining working in travel and tourism with doing what I enjoyed most, which was skiing. The sort of facilities that we're looking at in a bed and breakfast are obviously the bedrooms. We just like to look at the bedrooms and check that they're okay. We then look at the main areas that the bed and breakfast proprietor is using for the visitors, the dining room, the lounge, if the lounge is available for visitors to sit in. It is just to get the overall impression that what we have in the brochure is good, welcoming accommodation. And we find that we have so many different types of accommodation in the bed and breakfast market in our area.
Hello, John. Hi.
Hello.
So this is one of your bikes?
Yeah, this is...
We have in the Maidstone area, just outside of Maidstone, in one of the little villages, a bed and breakfast that offer bicycle hire and also offer advice to the people staying on circular routes that they can do for the day, places to stop at for meal breaks, and they also offer a backup service. One of the funny frustrations I find in my job is my name. My name is Lynn Redgrave, and the Redgraves are a famous acting family in Britain. and I think they're probably quite well known abroad as well. But unfortunately, people do always ask me whether I'm related to the Redgrave family, and in some ways it's quite amusing, and it means that people are remembering my name. Before moving to Maidstone, I lived and worked in the Lake District. The Lake District is in the northwest of England, and it's quite close to Scotland. It's like Scotland in as much as it is a very mountainous, beautiful countryside, but a lot smaller, a lot more compact. And as the word suggests, there are a lot of lakes. I enjoy, in my spare time, visiting restaurants, pubs, tea places. That's probably why I like working in tourism, because I like the good things of life. In the 3 years that I've lived and worked in Maidstone, I've found that tourism is becoming more and more important to the economy, and more people are realising the benefits of tourism, both to the area and to residents that live in the place. Bed and breakfast, I think, offers visitors a unique opportunity to sample the English way of life. And that means that you can stay in a family or in a house and really get to know the people there.
Hello there. I've just left a note for my milkman. No milk for 2 weeks. I'm off for a little holiday. I've got my fishing rods and my suitcase all ready in the back of Molly, my van. I've got my bed and breakfast book, and I'm going to find a nice little farmhouse in the country. Do a spot of fishing and relax and forget all about my work. Take my advice. Forget about your work. Like me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you the bed and breakfast?
Yes, we are.
And are you open?
Well, not exactly, but have you stayed at a bed and breakfast before?
Oh, yes, indeed. In fact, I am something of an expert at bed and breakfast. I might even be able to give you some helpful hints.
Well, that would be nice. Do come along in.
I'll only stay a few nights.
This is your room. There are towels here. And you can make your own tea in the morning.
That's very nice. Now, if I were you, I would put a little vase of flowers over there and arrange the duvet like this. And a little bowl of chocolates over there always makes a good impression.
I see. The bathroom is this way.
You see what I mean? A few good ideas. Hints, or tips as we call them. She'll find them very useful.
There's plenty of hot water here, and you can bath and shower whenever you like.
Good, good, excellent. Now, if you want my advice, you will use the very best soap in the bathroom. English lavender is what I find most suitable. This stuff is all right, but... and some talcum powder to go with it.
I see. Well, I hope you can make do with this for today.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now then, come on, little fishies. Come on, out you come. Oh, it's good to have a break and get away from work. All the same, I wonder where her meter is. I have to know where her meter is. It's my profession, you see. I can't stop thinking about it. I'll have a quick look round. She's probably asleep by now. Now, where's my torch? It should be here somewhere. This is the usual sort of place. Oh, dear.
Whatever's going on here?
I was just sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking? Whatever next?
I think perhaps I'd better go back to bed.
I suggest you do go back to bed and lock your door this time. Sleepwalking indeed. In that hat. I don't trust that man. Breakfast ready in the kitchen.
Just coming. Ah, excellent. Thank you very much. Very good indeed, my dear lady. But I'm afraid it's only 9 points out of 10. I could give you a few little hints if you like. Bacon, sausage, and egg are fine, but we do need mushrooms and tomatoes as well.
Well, I never.
Now, toast, butter, and marmalade. But what is this jam, I ask myself? The jam should be homemade, my dear lady. I'm sure you can make your own jam. Homemade jam next time, please. Oh, and honey as well. That would make the perfect breakfast. That would give you 10 out of 10.
Who does he think he is?
I do like to be useful and give good advice. I think I'll have another look for that meter in a minute. Aha! There it is. Now, what's this box? We don't want that.
I beg your pardon. What do you think you're doing? Just put that box of silver back. And don't move an inch.
But you're using too much electricity. Waste not, want not. That's one of our little sayings. Now, if you take my advice...
Take your advice, indeed. I'll take my own advice and call for the police. I know what you're up to. Don't move.
Come on.
This is ridiculous. I can explain everything. I was just trying to give her some good advice.
Good advice indeed. He acted as though he was staying at the Ritz Hotel, and I caught him poking round my silver twice, and he said he was trying to read the meter. I don't want him here.
We shall have to come and explain this down at the police station, I'm afraid. Come along, please.
Let's go.
Use your eyes. Bed and breakfasts come in all shapes and sizes. Often, you will find that it is a family home, like here at Anna's house. There are not many rules, but do use your eyes. Many ask for no smoking, and some have other rules as well. Do remember to sign the visitor's book, if there is one. Some visitors return year after year.
I understand from quite a few of the foreign people that stay with me that in France and Germany they don't have the same sort of setup as we do in England, which we call B&B. Usually when people want to stay, they'll either telephone or write to me. And this is a typical letter. Dear Mrs. Basley Jones, our friends June and Pete Maybury stayed at your house last year, and they recommended it to us. Do you take children? If so, we would like to make a reservation for the first week in June, from 3rd to the 8th. One room for myself and my husband, and a room for the 2 boys, aged 11 and 13. We plan to arrive at about 5 p.m. Could you please confirm the reservation? Sincerely, Susan Ledbury. And this is my reply to them. Dear Mrs. Ledbury, thank you for your letter requesting accommodation next summer. I confirm that I can let you have a double and twin room with adjoining bathroom from the 3rd to the 8th of June inclusive. My rates are £35 per room per night, including breakfast. I look forward to seeing you early evening on Monday the 3rd of June, unless I hear otherwise. Sincerely, Anna Jones. Sometimes after guests have left, I find that they've left something behind in the room or in the breakfast room, and this is a letter which I've received from somebody who did just this, and I'll read it to you. Dear Anna, when we left your house last week, we unfortunately left behind a pair of spectacles belonging to my husband. They have silver frames and were in a brown case. I think he left them in the breakfast room. If you found them, I should be most grateful if you could post them to me at this address. I shall, of course, refund the postage. We had a very pleasant stay at your house and enjoyed visiting your part of England. Yours sincerely, Janice Whitting. Usually, when you stay in bed and breakfast, you don't have a receipt because maybe you're a tourist or you're just visiting. But if you're on business, quite often people need a record of the money they've paid. So I would issue a receipt which just says, received with thanks, a sum of £70 for 2 nights double ensuite accommodation. You will also see from here that there's no VAT. In hotels, you pay another 17.5%, which is added to the bill, but not in B&B. Usually the people that do B&B like to have visitors, and you'll learn the English way of life. And they can also tell you about places to visit, and I think you'll find it's completely different from staying in hotels, and also usually quite a bit cheaper.
In your book, you will find help with vocabulary and grammar, as well as exercises to work on. Next week's programme is about keeping fit. That means exercises of a different sort. Be ready. See you then.